Good morning, craft-struction crew. As if I didn't have enough trouble with construction crew, we go and change the name to craft-struction. So I'm going to be a bit tongue-tied today. Hey ho, never mind, nothing different from normal, is it? This is what we're making today, ladies. It is a little washi tape rack. Remember the old magazine racks you could get back in the 80s? I'm not sure if you could still get them. It's a mini one. It's only 6x6. It's really cute. And you pop your washi tapes in there. That's the inside of the box. As you can see there, that is a separate piece there. It's a height box. If I can get it out. Okay, so that's the actual inside of the box. But when you put these washi tapes that I've got are 2 inches. So the measurements that I've done today for this are to fit the 2-inch washi tapes. If you've got any different size washi tapes other than 2-inch round, you need to adjust your measurements, okay, so that your washi tapes fit in. As you can see, I had to do the inner piece because when I put the washi tapes in, they were really low down, and if that box was full up, I'd have trouble getting them out. So Debbie says add a little height box, so that's what I did. There's a little height box that just sits in there like that, and then that just enables you to be able to grab your washi tapes easier. Okay, so that's what we're making today. And what you're going to need, you will have to excuse the state of my nails. They're broken and yucky because I've been spring cleaning and gardening and all sorts and decorating, and my hands have had it today. They feel a bit sore. Right, what you're going to need chipboard wise is the base of your box, which will be 6 inches by 2 inches, okay? And then you want your front and your back piece, which are cut at 6 by 1 3/4 inches, okay, 2 of those. You also need a side piece, or 2 side pieces. This is cut at 6 by 2 1/8 inches. But we need to take a bit off each side to give it the correct shape, okay, which will be these end parts here, okay. So I'll show you that first. No, I won't, hang on, I'll do that in a minute. Once you've cut these, you need to make yourself a paper template, so when you cut your papers you can cut them just short of what the actual size is. That's what I did, okay. So don't forget to cut your template before you glue it all together. You also need a dowel for the handle. You don't have to have a dowel. This one, nice long one, is about 36 inches, I think it was. It was £1.68p in B&Q. So nice and cheap. I've only used 2 6-inch pieces off it, so, and I've got loads left, and I will find another project to use them if you want to go and splash out £1.68 on one of them. If not, you can get some little strips of chipboard, and make them so that they're gonna fit on there, and just pile a load up together so it's nice and thick and you've got something to hold on to, okay. So that's another way of doing it if you don't want to go and buy a dowel. And I think that's it. So let's get started. First we're going to do, once you've got your side pieces cut to 6 2/8 of 1 inch, you need to mark up here at 1 3/4. Okay, so this is your 1 3/4 mark from that end. So mark that, and then at the top I came in 5/8 of an inch from each side and marked that. Okay, so then that gives you that shape, and you just need, I'm not going to use my tin ruler because I always manage to move that about when I'm cutting, so I'm going to use the metal one. And all you do, where you've marked at the top, line it up. Oh, that's my, like that. I forgot to change my blade again. Sorry. It takes ages when you've got a blunt blade. So that's one side, okay? That's what you're taking off. And do exactly the same to the other side. Line your marks up. Make sure you've got a nice sharp blade, unlike me. So that's what you'll end up with, 2 side pieces like that, okay? You need to take a bit off there. That's it. So, that's done. So what we're going to do now is put all our pieces together. So we need some, ooh, my glue's gluing everywhere. I want some handy construction strips. I've cut them at 6 inches. For the bottom. And I'm just going to taper my ends. See, trying to get prepped again, it didn't work. I'm hopeless. I used to be so organised. Not anymore. Oh, I'll rip that one, but hey ho, that'll be alright. So you want 4 cut at 6 and the width is 1 inch. Okay, only little ones we need because it's only a little box. Okay, as my glue is oozing nicely. So remember, plenty of glue, don't worry about mess because most of it will rub off and you'll paint over it anyway. So this is the bottom piece I'm using here. And you're just going to line that up with that edge, centre it, and stick it down. Make sure you've got a good stick and it's all lined up. Okay. Same for the other side. Plenty gluey, plenty. Line it up. Line it up, make a mess. And the edges, my glue's dribbled everywhere. Don't want it to do that because there's not much left in it. Them ones on them little side ones. I didn't have any black construction paper left, so I'm using this. Don't know what it is, but it's not a nice colour. I don't like it anyway. So I thought I'd use this and get rid of this, as I'm going to paint it, so it doesn't matter what colour it is, does it? Ugh, stop dribbling. I don't know, some days this glue don't want to come out, and today it's just dribbling everywhere. Lots of mess as usual. So that's what you'll end up with. So now what we want to do is add the back and the front piece. Front piece. Okay, and then we'll add the side pieces last. So we're going to just add that on like that. So apply your glue. And then push your front piece up. Make sure it's straight. And stick them together. Like that. Same for your front piece. Apply your glue. Okay, so that's your front and back on. Now we want the sides. Make sure you're all lined up, and they will just sit on there, and this mark here will be where the top of your front and back end. Okay, so what we want to do first is put some more construction strips down this little side bit here. Did I cut any? Probably not. No, I do. Now I've cut it too short. Oh, I'll do that in a minute. Ignore me. I'm trying to get ahead of myself. Okay, so again, line it up with the front and the back. Push it all into place. Make sure it's all lined up. Without pushing it away from you, like I just did. Okay. Oh, now I've moved it. See? been raining here today. I think the sun's trying to come out now though. I hope. So that's your first side piece. It will stay up when you've got your corners in. Actually, I'm going to leave it like that for a minute. Where's some other ones? So, right there. That's it. And you're going to just push that into that corner. Make sure it's positioned right. What have I done? Look at that, silly moo. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm trying to stick it to the bottom piece. Oh, Mandy. Maybe I should go back to bed for a little while. Because my brain hasn't woken up yet. Okay. So you see I've just put that corner in there to hold it together. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. About there. Oh. Do the same thing. Put all your glue on. Line your edge up. And push that in place. Okay, so that's your side piece on one side. Okay, and we're going to do the same for the other side. What I meant to say is you should be putting glue along these edges as well. Forgot that, didn't I? Told you I wasn't awake. Oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, make sure it's all lined up. Ooh. have I done? I've moved it. See, I'm too heavy-handed. This is why I can't do pretty things. Okay. And then again, your insides. Taper your ends. Put your glue on. Hold it in place. Put the side bit on. Side construction strip, sorry. Just hold it in place if you need to, and then burnish it down. Without pulling it apart. And again, what's that one? That'll do. Actually, I've got a long bit here. Oh. Okay. So it doesn't take long to make. I'm only going to do one tutorial. So nice, easy peasy one this month from me. So once you've done that, there you've got it. And then what we're going to do is the same thing on the outside. Let's put all our construction strips in place. Okay, just to finish those edges off nicely. I'm sure I haven't got enough cut, but I'll make a start. So, glue the inside this time, not the outside. We went to our first barbecue on Saturday night with our lovely new neighbours. Well, new, they're as new as us. Moved in a few weeks after we did, and so they're a nice young couple actually. I always cut them too short, but it doesn't really matter as long as the most of the edge is all cut because you'll go over those edges anyway. Another one for this side, different colour. Oh, I've got two there. So yeah, I've been decorating, I've been doing the gardening, spring cleaning. I even washed my windows yesterday. Hanging out the window, thinking, I hope I don't fall. That one on the other side. Okay, and then some for the edges here. And the bottom. Should have just used my score tape, but I only end up going back, taking it off and putting glue on. So I just thought I'd use my glue today. That's that end done. Now the other end. So I just finished this one, and then I'm going to turn the camera off for a little while I just put the rest on, so you all know what you're doing. I don't want to make this video too long so it takes forever to upload. But I did last time, I did a tutorial for another group, and I always edit mine in Movie Maker, and I actually opened my eyes and scrolled down all the different save options, and there is one in there that you can save as a YouTube file, and it's saved so much quicker and it uploaded so much quicker. So there's a little hint for anyone that uses Movie Maker to record their videos. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to go round all the edges, put your construction strips on, down these sides here and here, and then across the top of the box here. Okay, and then you're ready for the next bit. So I'm going to go off and do that, and I'll be back in a few seconds. Well, not even a second in video world. See you in a minute, girls. Okay, I've finished putting all my construction strips on my box, my rack rather, and I've gone round and painted all my edges as well. Okay, so that piece, when it's dry, we'll be ready to have paper and everything. What we're going to do now is the height box. Okay, so you need 2 strips of chipboard that are 5 3/4 by 1 5/8. Okay, so 2 of those, 5 3/4 by 1 5/8. And then the sides to those are again 5 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so forgot to do my construction strips again. So I'm going to cut these at 1 inch by 5 3/4. Need a new blade on this and all. 5 3/4. Okay. So get your construction strips ready. Okay, take one of your 5 3/4 by 1 5/8 pieces and put your construction strips on the edge of that. But my glue's packed up now. Okay, I'm not going to bother taping them actually. Tapering. Oh no, I've done that wrong. God, my hands are really messy now. Right, start again. Do it on the right side. Okay, and same for the other piece. I gave you some the other day, didn't I? I haven't washed any more since. Have a look at the pile in your bedroom. Sorry, that's my son looking for something. Sorry, I'm not very chatty today, am I? I'm just thinking about everything that I've got to do today. And then the last piece, you don't need to do any side bits, side construction strips for these, because you're not. It's just going to be a hollow box. You can put side pieces on and close them up if you want to, but there's no need because you won't see the sides once it's in the rack anyway. Like that. And then what we're going to do is that on there, then that on there, like that, and that round the sides, and you'll end up with your height box. Okay, so plenty of glue, not glue, along your edge and on your construction strip. And you're going to put that little strip up against the edge, make sure it's straight. Okay, like that. Burnish it, make sure it's down properly. And the same for this piece. Glue. Same again, push it up, make sure it's tight, and burnish it down. Again, don't forget, if you've got bigger washi tapes than 2 inches, you need to adjust the width so that it all fits together and makes the right height, etc. Okay, and then we're just going to stick this bit down on top. So again, plenty of glue, both sides on the edges. And you just put that piece in, like so. Make sure it's all lined up. And squish them together. Okay, so that's what your little box should look like now. So you can do the same with that, paint the edges. Make sure you've burnished them down so the box stays in the right shape. And then that, oh, I better not do it because I'm pushing it out of shape. That will just drop down and push it. You might have a bit of a tight thingy, but it will fit. Push it down. Got to do the sides. I've got a bit of an overhang here, so if you have got a overhang, take it off because your box won't fit in. Okay. And leave that to dry before you paint it and put it down into your box. And you can paint it or you could just leave it. I'm not going to push it down, but you literally just push that down into your box. But decorate it first, so even if you just want to paint it. All I did with the other one was put some designer paper on the top of the bit that would be showing, okay? And if it is a bit tight, just give your edges a little sand until it pushes down into the box, okay? So then we are going to cut your papers. Alright, so you just need to, I can't remember what I cut. Let's get them. The front and back are 6 inches by 1.5, and then you should have cut your template for your side pieces. Where's my template gone? Here it is. So I literally just drew around that end piece there, laid it on my designer paper, drew round it, but when I cut it, I just cut it inside the line. So it just gives you a bit of a border around the edges. Okay, so that's what you need to do your sides. And then again, for the bottom, if you want to put paper on the bottom, I would cut that at 6 by 2. Alright. Side bits with this, I told you that, didn't I? So yeah, that's it. So once you put painted all your edges and put your designer paper on, then we are going to fit. Let me just put the camera up a bit without knocking it all over. We're going to put the dowel on, okay? And I literally just glued it in like that. but you need to put your papers on first before you glue that. So I'm going to go and do that, and I will be back in a minute just to put the dowel on. Okay, see you in a bit. Hello, back again. Right, you should now have painted your rack and put your papers on, and the same with your height box. Do you like that paper? I do. Timmy Holtz, of course. And what I did do, this was a bit too tight, so I just got my big scissors out, don't know where they are now, and I just, if you put your scissors at an angle, you should be able to trim along that edge, okay? So, and then your height box, which way am I having as the front? I'm having cut way as the front. Okay, and your height box just sits in there. Okay, doesn't matter if it's a tight fit, you're not going to need to get it out. I only did mine loose so that I could get it out and show you. Okay, and your washi tapes sits in there lovely like that. Okay, isn't that pretty? So with the dowel handle, I've just painted the ends of mine. Looks like a magic wand now. So, because I want to put paper around it. Might change my mind and do it that way. No, I won't. It's that way so it matches. Okay, so what I did is I literally just cut this at just over 1.5 by 5 3/4 of an inch, and I've just wrapped the paper and roll it. Okay, and then you just got to stick it down. Plenty of stick on that because it's got a stick as it wraps around. Make sure you're close to the edge. You can do it a little bit wider if you want, so you get a little overhang. You can hide that underneath. So, but I've cut mine just a little bit shorter. And that's it. Ow, 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 ow. And then just position your dowel where you want it, so it's in the middle. Okay, and then just literally sticking it down. Might be better off with glue than tape. I'm just showing you for quickness. And that's it. Roll it down, roll it round rather, not down. And what I do with that join is I just put it underneath, but flatten it out as much as you can. Just keep rolling it. Okay. And then all you do a bit glossy accents or something that's going to be really strong. I'm going to run a bit along that join actually as well. You won't see it. Just to make sure that it's stuck properly. And then all you do, cover your ends with some glossy accents. And just make sure your join is pointing down into the box. And just line one side up at a time, get it where you want it in the middle. I do it just below where the paper starts, so there's a little bit of a gap, so that's my bottom bit. Put that there. And that's going to go there. And now all you need to do is give that plenty of time to dry. Okay, so you can see just below where the paper is. So lay it on its side and put something, I don't know, a book or something on the side here to help it stick properly. And that is your little washi tape rack, ready for your washi tapes. You can decorate it as you want. I'm not going to with this one because I like the papers on the outside. And this one's going on a little journey, so say bye bye. Pretty, pretty. And this one I'm keeping because I likey, all the men on the front there, look. Men. Lovely. Thanks for watching. I am still working on my idea for what I'm going to be posting on CFG Craftstruction in July. I've got a lot going on in July. Birthdays and weekends away and things, so I will let you see that as soon as I've done it. So if you've got any questions, give me a shout. You know where I am. Easy peasy, and the next one I'm hoping is going to be an easy peasy one as well. Okay, and then I've got another biggish one that I'm working on as well, so that's all to come, people. So come over to CFG Construction, join in. Got other things going on as well. We've got Debbie's Beach Hut Surf Shack or Surf Shack Beach Hut, Beach Shack Surf, oh I don't know, I can't even remember what it's called now, it's gone round my head so many times. But that's over on CFG Construction going on at the moment as well. So come and have a look. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.